Assalamualaikum everyone, this is Ayesha from CxO Global Forum, a knowledge sharing platform for all the C levels across Pakistan and around the globe. Every time we have some very interesting guests with us today as well. We have Noman Bukhari with us, who is the founder of Godaitec Private Limited. Assalamualaikum sir, how are you?
Walaikum assalam, Aisha. I'm fine. And thank you for inviting me to the show. Uh,
It's a
and
pleasure.
I believe you are doing well as well.
I'm good too. So, sir, I would like to start off by asking you yourself to introduce who Muhammad Noman Bukhari basically is to our audience.
Right. So, uh, quite a long journey in this sector, more than 2 decades. My background started with before coming to IT, I was in financial industry, so more towards chartered accountancy and all. And I was there till for 4 years, and then I decided to move towards IT, and that is because I had a background of IT,
Right,
or you can say I was too close to the computers and everything. Since '85, I've been using computers when people had no idea I was making internet networks and all. So it was my passion at that time towards this industry, IT industry. So I graduated, uh, did in computer science, and did masters in computer science, and more importantly, I was too close to the data side, which I
right,
believe would never die. Data will be there in any form or so, unless there is something bad happen, and data stop getting produced or something, and we cannot capture it. So that is how I started, and I did consulting for more than a decade in a company called Teradata, uh, as a data consultant, BI consultant, and
okay,
architectural services. And then moved towards, I changed my path, and I moved to Japan. I was giving advisory to some companies there in Japan for IT advisory. So,
right,
and then I joined there. In parallel, as a CTO in Japan, I found an opportunity, and also the skill gap, and also the abundance of skill in Pakistan and this region. So I wanted to start a company, and which is, very normal thing for anyone who can find that opportunity will avail. So this is the story which I
right.
right.
So, sir, I would like to ask what inspired you to start this company and how did you evolve with its name?
Okay, so so when I in my previous answer, I was telling you that I was when I was in Japan. Oh, before that, I had very free flying soul kind of thing. I wasn't a person who would like to be told doing things.
Right,
I want to do things like make it happen kind of things, and love to grow people, mentor people, nurture people. That is something which was inbuilt, I think, in me. And when I moved to Japan, I saw a lot of Pakistanis working remotely to a company, and they were, in terms of communication, in terms of consulting, or maybe providing solutions, they were like just a developer or coder.
right,
So I have a mantra, and everyone should understand that a software engineer is not a developer. And most of the time, in Pakistan, what we teach and preach to our students, and then the people who work in IT industry, that any software engineer is a developer or a coder, which is the least level of mentality, which we
right,
actually, the problem solving skill along with certain soft skills make them a good software engineer. That is something. So I decided to start
right,
a company, to exploit this amazing pool of software engineers in Pakistan to and foster them to the world and also locally. That is how I started the company.
Right.
The name is obviously is if you go and check Godai. Godai is a word in Japanese which is again five forces of nature, physical and non-physical. They combine and make a person or anyone to the highest level. So if you go and check that thing, Godai. So though if you see in my background, sorry, can you hear me
Not a
now?
problem.
Yeah. So
Bilkul,
if you see
definitely.
in the background, yeah, this is the word Godai actually. It's in kanji, Japanese kanji.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So, sir, what would I would ask? What were your biggest challenges? Starting off with this company.
So it has been a year now, and I have a vivid memory of how I started the company. Uh, with some generous people and close people who encouraged me to start this company, and I'm lucky to be with such people who are always quite helpful and supportive. However, when I jumped into this thing and started the company in July, and it was a kind of a revelation to me that okay, so there are so many things you have to do. You have to go through from the account opening to all the authorities that I have to go through. Luckily, some good people I found who helped me out gave suggestion. But however, it was a bumpy ride. I can say kind of a thing which I believe I now understand what the index of doing business in Pakistan. Why is it so low? The tag for opening a business is quite remarkable, very high. However, we it took me 3 4 months to set up everything and then operationalize. I knew people who I had to hire, pinpoint everyone, but just the operation had to start. Yeah.
Right. So, sir, can you describe or discuss a significant milestone or achievement that your company has reached under your leadership up to now?
So yeah. So first thing, I just want to say that for the last question you have asked,
Right.
there was also revelation for me that our education system, especially in the IT area, is was the biggest challenge for me. To find the right people to for a right skill set for the work we wanted to do. Right. So. A lot of people are graduating from universities are just they are told or taught to become freelancers,
Right.
which is an ad hocism in the market, right? So everyone is thinking for a shorter term and thinking to take it as a long term.
Right.
So not everyone can do the freelancing and keep on doing that thing. But I will come to the downside of the freelancing and also the upside of the freelancing. So uh, um, so as any other company, so we want to become a tech company which will innovate and do things. There are certain things one has to look into, to run the operations, to keep the things rolling. We also had a thing in mind that we want to go towards the services industry to provide bespoke solutions to the customers. So this is the one area we want to focus on, and we are lucky both locally and globally. We have got some good ticket size. I mean, not too big size, but
Right.
quite an ample size ticket projects that we have got, and we are working with them along with the different suggestions and optimization that we can provide them as well.
Right. So, sir, moving on to the other question that I asked, if you could discuss a significant milestone or achievement that your company has reached under your leadership. I hope there might not be many because you've just started off, but
Yeah.
one that you would had in mind. This is one of the greatest things I've achieved up to now.
Okay, so for me, personally, if you can say there are a lot of things that I can cherish on, right? So
Right.
even hiring people and inspiring them and giving them opportunity and idea, it is something which I can say is an achievement for me, for my personal point of view. As a company, yes, we started in November, and in 1 or 2 months we were able to get 1 year, 2 year commitment project with the customer, and we hired around 10, 20, 12 people for that. And we wanted to, what my theory was, to hire people not for just one project. I wanted to hire them and grow them for a longer term, right? And
Right.
I wanted to grow with them. They should work with us, not with me, right? So for me, so that is the philosophy, and I think I am quite able to achieve that. It is just the beginning, and then we got a big project in Pakistani industry, in financial industry. Uh,
Right.
and we hired a consultant in Canada. So that is how we are moving towards. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
I can
So,
still say that we have innovated something. We are working on towards the innovation. Yeah,
right. Right. So, sir, you yourself are from IT background, and you would know better that the industries and the technological advancements, they are changing very rapidly. So, how do
yeah,
you stay updated with all the trends who are changing, who are relevant to your business?
right. So one thing I have learned from my past, uh, employers, Toyota and another company, they both were very amazing companies, and they gave opportunity, and they made an environment where people would love to learn things. They would make assets for the company, for themselves, the personal growth. And we had a very clear path every year, every quarter, that we will do these things personally. We'll do learn these things for the business as well, which are aligned to the business. So that is one thing which we all uh, got from those companies. I got from that company, and over the period of time, uh, I had a keen eye on the market. One, the businesses, how the businesses are growing, because IT cannot survive without any business or opportunity in the business. So
Right.
you cannot make a technology which has no use. So I keep eye on that. I learn from the people, and that is the core of anyone. And yeah, still I do a lot of R programming and Python for AI and all those things for my own learning and all. And I used to ask people to keep on learning, because if you stop learning, it will be end of
Definitely.
your story.
Right.
So you have to keep an eye on the market and the technology. You cannot survive without it.
Helpful. So, sir, how do you balance the demand of running a company with your personal life?
Yeah. So my CEO from the last company still is. He told me that when you go to home, just brush off everything, your work and everything. You just go and enjoy and talk. Do not talk about offices.
Right.
It's not that easy, I believe. Yes, sometimes you have things on mind, but I don't know. I have never figured out how whether I'm balancing or not. I'm not too sure about it, right? So, but I try to bring less official things to the my home. But however, it
Right,
cannot be undo, right? You
right,
sometimes have to discuss things. There is no formula that I can say.
right. So, sir, what are your long-term goals for your company? I must ask, and how do you plan to achieve them?
Right. So there are a few things. One, obviously, uh, the one area is the markets that I want to focus on,
Right,
and the projects as a service, the services that we are providing in data analytics, AI, and the software engineering side. We want to focus on them and strategize the and making sales line accordingly to the how to achieve or penetrate in the markets. We are new, and a lot of support from different avenues we need, and we are working on that. However, so this is one part. The other part is obviously to I'm quite an advocate of making products and innovative products, and which I think this whole subcontinent lacks a lot. We do not make invent or make any product. We always import products from other countries and then provide services on top of that, those things. So that's the dilemma we have. I remember Umar Saif said the same thing. Unfortunately, Pakistani market probably is not too conducive. If I give you an example, let's say we want to have Nvidia Jetson or Nano, microcontroller, and the IoT devices or GPUs. We want to use them. We do not have direct access to Pakistan because the payment system is as such, and also Nvidia doesn't list Pakistan as the country which
right.
can do such things. So we
Definitely.
want to grow our uh, resources towards the innovation, make products, and maybe small services that we can subscribe and over the cloud. And so this is where we want to grow the tech industry, like agri tech or health tech. There are a lot of other industries we can tap on and make products. Even we are not in the gaming industry, we are far from there, or
Right,
so a lot of digital transformation. However, the infrastructure, I believe, if gets better in Pakistan, will help us to adopt a lot of things.
right. So, sir, what advice would you want to give to somebody who's aspiring entrepreneurship on their own to start a tech company?
So, oh, the first thing is have a patience. I think, and you should have plan A, B, C, D, E. You should
Right,
understand the cash flows and also have a firm belief on your intuition. If you do not have the capability to take the risk, or you are not able to, first instinct or the first thing in your mind might be sometimes, and most of the time, is the correct thing. So, and then over the period of time you have to evolve, and that is why I am saying that you have to have patience. One thing which I lacked and I want to grow into it, and now I'm trying. Obviously, it has been a long time. The social capability, the soft skills that you need to have. A lot of people from the technical side in Pakistan miss it, and from for this entrepreneurship level, I don't know there is a formula or not. Some people get success by adopting one approach, and some have different. Mm, both are right.
right. So, sir, lastly, how would you, describe your relation with CxO Global Forum?
Right. So, uh, It has been like for three a few months, but I have been following this CxO forum for a long time. I mean, I think 4 5 years or more. We have been obviously a lot of information that comes from across, and I hear a lot of interviews, great leaders and all, and that is very inspiring sometimes for people, and also the direction you can get from the different businesses and people who are in business and at the pinnacle of their level. Yeah.
Right. So, sir, done with this short interaction here. Thank you so much for your time. I hope that our viewers would be able to learn something out of this discussion. And once again, thank you for the time that you've pulled out for this discussion.
Thank you, CXO Forum, and thank you, Aisha, for having me. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Take care.